Hi.
Hi.
We're here with someone who's not me. There's been a lot of complaints about like you should have another person on the channel, right? And we found one. So this is Chris.
How's it going, guys?
Chris, so tell us about yourself.
Well, basically, just a normal guy, security guard.
Obviously, you are interested in archery.
Yeah, I am. I had an interest when I was younger. My dad used to take me to a little archery club right next to a university, and we only went for 1 year. That was when I was about 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've just found a little bit of time for myself, and I really wanted to get back into it.
Yeah, and you've been doing some archery yourself.
Yeah, a little bit embarrassing, but yeah, I thought it was a good buy at the time. It was just a fiberglass bow. It was called the Robin Hood.
Great name for a bow, isn't it?
Oh, you know, I didn't want to buy it because it was called the Robin Hood, but it looked like the most real bow there.
Chris came to the club last week.
Last week.
The first session last week, and already we're thinking about getting a bow.
Yeah.
So we've got Chris here because Chris wanted to buy a bow, and he was looking up things already after a week of shooting. He's already researching. And Chris, tell me, when you were looking up bows to buy, what was going through your head?
Well, I was mainly focusing on cost. The only reason being because I knew and I believed I was a beginner. So I didn't want to spend much money on a bow because, well, hey, I'm a beginner. I'm probably going to do something wrong, or why should I invest this type of money into it?
Exactly. You feel like safe, like why spend $1,000 on a bow which you might not like, you don't know what it's about.
The safety net. Yeah.
You want the best value for your buck.
That's
and
it.
You already had a few bows and stuff lined up, and we came here today because we wanted to try as many things as we could. And one thing we recommend all the time is try before you buy. So I brought Chris up here today, as well as like half my collection, to go through like different kinds of bows. Because my goal in this was to open up Chris's mind about what he might want to shoot. What this interview is about is basically walking through the mindset of Chris as a novice, going through trying each bow, how each bow felt, and in the end we'll talk about your favorite bow, your first pick, and why you chose it. So what we've got here is everything from the $150 beginner bows, the Polaris, we have the Southwest Spyder, we have the Mandarin Frontier. We also have some of the high-end bows like the Southwest Spyder, and of course the Bear Takedown, one of my personal favorites, of course. And we have some longbows, because you're originally thinking of shooting longbows as well. Right? So we have the Southwest Scorpion, as well as the Horn longbow. We have the Atmos survival bow. At the very end, we have a Bosenbows modern Recurve. So again, I'm not trying to like shoehorn people to shooting, you have to shoot this bow. We're trying to try different bows and see what we like. So let's talk through. So let's go through with the Samick Polaris. So this is the first bow, because you wanted to buy one initially, didn't you?
This is what I wanted to buy. Obviously, money was the factor, and wanted decent performance. Something that will work.
I went crazy at Chris because, Chris, this is what we have the club here, right?
Yeah.
Well, why buy a club bow? We have a club bow right here.
Yeah.
But we brought it anyway. So this was the Samick Polaris. This is a 25-pound bow. And by the way, we have like Chris shooting in the background in this video. This was like at the end of our shooting session. This is like 2 hours later, something we're pretty tired, but everything we shot turned out pretty well. We were good groupings, and everything shot decently, and some surprisingly decent results. But going back to the Polaris, so how did it feel shooting the Polaris?
You know what? It was actually really enjoyable to shoot. I believe it was because it was very low poundage.
Yeah, so 25 pound is basically, it's like, at the club we shoot 15, 20 pound bows. 25 is pretty much upper limit where we start from. But it felt pretty light to you, didn't it?
It felt pretty light. It felt not necessarily cheap, but you could feel that, you didn't want to invest money into a bow like this. You wanted just a little bit better. This is obviously the bottom end. This is what you'll train the absolute beginner with, but it's not something you'll keep long term. That's the feeling I got.
Yeah, obviously a step above your fiberglass bow.
Yeah, definitely
100 times better.
100 times better than my fiberglass.
Actual bow, you know, actual bow.
An actual bow.
Yeah. Which is what we recommend is this is if you don't have a bow and you want a bow, this is a pretty good starting point. But this is also what we offer the club, basically free of charge. And it's also a short-term bow. For some people, it's basically all you need. All you want if you just want to shoot in your backyard for fun. There's no hunting goals or competition goals. Nothing wrong with the Polaris.
Nothing wrong with that. No.
The draw was just right too. It's nice, light, easy to control, and nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
at all. No.
Yeah, it feels fine. It's a bow.
It's a good bow. Yeah.
So we were pretty happy with this, and then we moved on to the Southwest Spyder, which is a replacement to the Samick Sage. Again, very popular bow, same sort of price range, about $200, $150 US,
yeah.
So about 200 Australian dollars. And this is what a lot of people go for because it's darker, it's sexy and edgier, I guess.
It is.
So this is a 45-pound bow as well. So Chris, what do you think of this bow?
Well, obviously, as you guys know, I'm very, very inexperienced in bow shooting. 45 pounds is a challenge, but very satisfying.
It feels good, doesn't it?
When you let go of the string.
Yeah, this is why we have a draw at ego for a reason. I speak against it, but it does feel good to shoot a 45-pound bow.
It does. But very nice bow. Definitely has a better quality over the Polaris. Not by too much, but it definitely does.
Yep.
I felt like the poundage was just a bit too high for me. I couldn't control the bow well enough, and I felt like my shots were more random. Just that little shake at the end because it's so heavy.
Yep.
I'm just shaking like that. So wherever my last shake is, and I let go, that's where it's
especially as you shot more throughout the day. Yeah. Like a 45-pound bow tires you out. Like
it does. I'm not a small guy. I'm quite a large guy.
I'm a small guy.
You're right, man.
Yeah, it's
nothing wrong. But you can control it. You have the experience.
Technique counts a lot too. So, one big point to talk about is your starting draw weight. So you have a 25 to 45 is a big jump.
Yes.
The bow itself felt pretty good.
Very good. Yeah. Very comfortable in the hand. Upon release, not much vibration. It felt like a good quality bow.
And actually anyone buying this would be happy with it. We'll move on to the Mandarin Duck Frontier, which I reviewed very recently. This is the sort of thing you're looking for?
This is what I wanted. It's black, slick, looks cool, awesome, and it's affordable.
Yeah, but having used it, what do you think?
Yeah, disappointed.
Ouch, I'm sorry, Mandarin Duck.
Mandarin Duck, no offense to you guys, I'm a new shooter, but this is just from my experience as a noob. I really didn't enjoy it at all. I didn't like the feeling of it. Vibration upon release. What's the poundage?
It's about 45 this one. I think 45.
It's a 45 pound bow, but yet it feels 5 pound heavier than the Southwest.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the build, I'm not too sure, but I really didn't like
I think size is a factor too, because this is a much shorter bow.
It is a much shorter bow,
You're a much bigger person with longer draw length, so going from a 62-inch bow to a 60-inch bow, those 2 inches make a big difference.
Yeah.
So that might be a reason why I might stack a bit more, might be a little uncomfortable. And so anyone buying a bow, again, if you're a bigger person, shorter bows feel a little rougher as well. So that's probably a big factor behind this.
Not saying it's a bad bow.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad bow. I actually enjoyed it when I shot it. Yeah. And you enjoyed it when you first shot it too.
I did.
But it wasn't what you expected, was it?
Not at all. No.
Yeah, because even though it's sleek and black and sexy, and a lot of these bows are sold like this, especially on eBay. It kind of appeals more to the aesthetic more so than the handling.
Exactly.
If this was your first bow, you probably wouldn't tell the difference. You probably would be just as happy with it as it shoots. But having shot several bows, you've probably put this on the lower tier, haven't you?
Yeah, this is actually my least preferred bow out of all of them.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny because this is what you wanted the most.
This is what I wanted the most.
Coming into it, after trying different bows, and this is what we will talk about later, is that you've come to the conclusion that actually maybe the looks aren't the same thing as shooting it, and this is why we talk about trying the bows out. So next we have the one of my favourite bows, the Southwest Stingray. This was a 35-pound bow. It's lighter than before, but I really like this bow personally. It's not just wood, but also carbon. So it's a mix between the traditional design aesthetic with a modern touch to it.
Yeah.
What do you think of students' bow?
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed this bow. Very comfortable to shoot. It looks good too, which I guess any beginner is looking towards aesthetics.
Yes.
It's a good looking bow. Feels well. You release upon releasing the string. Sorry, it's no vibration for me. And our groupings were pretty good with this bow.
It was surprisingly nice to shoot. It was pleasant, especially going from a 45 to a 35 pound bow. The control was there.
I could see this being anyone that wants to just have a good quality bow and to keep it long term. Definitely this would be the starting point.
Yeah, it'd be a better starting point. This is about $500 compared to like the $100, $200 range or $200 range. I like it because it's a good, affordable bow. Yeah. Bit better than a typical like $400 bow. Felt really nice to shoot personally. I really love the smooth design and the smooth draw and the release. Yeah. So one of my favourite bows, and obviously you like it as well.
Yeah, this is definitely worth the extra money.
Now speaking of extra money, we're going to look at the Rolls Royce of bows.
The Rolls Royce.
The Bear Takedown, one of the finest bows ever created by Fred Bear, said to himself. Chris, you have the chance to experience
I had the
$1,000 bow, and this is kind of what blows our minds on why you spend $1,000 on your first bow. Chris, take us through your thoughts.
$1,000 bow. I would never, ever think of spending $1,000 on a recurve. But after you shoot this, you're like, wow, this feels great. The release, just everything about it. I'm a newbie. I can't even explain all these awesome feelings this gives you. It's so satisfying. I've never thought a bow could give me that, and this bow gave me everything.
It's so hard to explain, because you have to try it for yourself to really know how it feels like, and like what's the difference between this bow and this bow.
Night and day.
Night and day.
Yeah. I can't afford a $1,000 bow, so I won't be getting this, unfortunately.
At least not right away.
If I was to ever, in the future, to have something long term and to pass down to my kids, this is worth that. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. This is, even for me, shooting this bow as a more seasoned archer, it was like, it blew my mind away. Yeah. I shot a Samick Sage, my first trad bow, and I shot this as my second trad bow. It's like, that's a huge world of difference there. It's really hard to explain. Yeah. But every shot feels like you're shooting on a cloud. It's so light, so smooth, the feedback, it just feels perfect.
Yeah.
And we obviously shot well with it, as we saw.
We got good gripping.
Yeah, and this is the heavy bow too. This is the 45-ish kind of bow as well.
It's 45 pounds, but you don't feel the 45. It's built so well, it feels a lot lighter than that, but you're getting the same velocity out of your arrow. And it's very surprising.
The satisfaction is even better than that.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest thing to say is it just feels good when you shoot it.
Yeah, and coming from an inexperienced shooter that has only shot fiberglass bow, to be able to appreciate something like this, it really tells you how good it really is, like the quality. Yeah.
There's a difference. There's a huge difference between $1,000 $100 bow. So we shot a bunch of recurves. We also shot the we'll get to the Bosenbows actually, since about recurve. So on the very edge you have the Bosenbows horn. I recently read that as well. It's a typical modern IOF compared to recurve bow. This wasn't the kind of bow you're looking for, because you were more traditional minded. But having shot this, so what do you think?
Very impressed. My groupings were on point.
Yeah.
I was hitting 9s and 10s consistently. It was very satisfying to shoot, and I felt like I was in control.
Yeah, you were shooting better with this, and you didn't even like this kind of bow.
No, not at all.
You were shooting better with this. So when I started doing archery, I was going to do this as well. Like I thought I'd be shooting sticking string, traditional longbow, or at least this kind of longbow, no bells, whistles, gadget, and do the same thing, obviously.
Yeah, I wanted to shoot a traditional bow. I love my history. I love the medieval ages. So cool. Yeah. And the primitive cavemen, the Stone Age people. This is where people started, and that's why I wanted to start with just a stick and a string.
Yeah, and obviously I now shoot modern Olympic recurve, and having tried it yourself, what are your thoughts on it?
This is the thing I least expect that I'd like. Least expect that I'd like. But if I'm hitting golds all the time, kind of makes you happy, right? And this is giving me the best accuracy. It's really fun to shoot.
Yeah, surprisingly fun.
Yeah.
People are very judgmental seeing a modern bow. It's shiny, it's pink or purple.
Yeah.
People think, oh, that's a bit too modern. It doesn't feel right. But at the same time,
oh yeah, I can appreciate it now. Because I only thought, all right, stick and string bows, classic bows, they're the real bows.
So we shot Recurve, but obviously you are very looking forward to shooting longbows as well. And we had a few different longbows. We had the Scorpion, the traditional American longbow. We had the Horn, which is the modern IOF longbow, as well as the Atmos, the survival bow. And had some pretty surprising reactions, didn't we?
Wow.
So let's start with the Scorpion.
The Scorpion, surprisingly very light.
Very light.
Like, guys, it's
weightless.
super light.
Yeah, everyone who shot this, I've given this to, it's kind of like, where's the weight? There's no weight to it.
No weight, but it feels so good in the hand. It feels natural. That's what I really liked about it.
It's kind of pretty easy to aim with it because it's just nothing.
Nothing there. Yeah, just plain, simple, straight to the point, very natural feeling. I quite enjoy this bow very much. I'm not being biased because I've tried all the bows and I do like some of the bows I never said I'd like. So this is not on the top of my list, but this is definitely up there. I'm definitely getting
satisfying bow. Very satisfying. From the traditional to the modern longbow. The Horn, what do you think of that one?
To be honest, I prefer this one a little bit over this, and that's totally not the mindset I came in with.
Nobody does, right? It's got older is better.
You
see this like weird mutation, of a longbow.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I always try to have an open mind about things, but I've never thought I'd like something so modern. And I really enjoyed this bow. It was very solid. The arrows, the way they just came off the string, just felt so straight and true. I was getting good groupings with this too. Very comfortable in the hands as well.
Yeah, no vibration. Sound was pretty good too. It was pretty quiet. One was surprisingly satisfying bows.
Yeah.
Again, you see some of these things, think like very large scale, it's like a machine, but it actually comes out really softly.
Yeah.
Compared to some Recurve bows, which are quite loud and released. So that was surprisingly, for me, it was a pleasant bow to shoot, and obviously a very positive experience.
Yeah, definitely for me too.
And we included at the very end the Atmos compact bow because it's so unique and different and not something either of us thought we'd be shooting. And here we are with the Atmos. Now I surprisingly enjoyed it. I shot quite well with it, and I think you surprisingly shot well with it too.
Wow. I don't think most people would go for something like this because it's not very attractive looking bow. It's a survivalist bow. There's only a certain group of people that buy it. I gave it a go. I'm hitting 10s.
You could have stopped hitting 10s.
Man, my arrows were just hitting each other.
He tried not to hit 10s and just like group it towards the middle.
And I'm like, no, stop performing. Stop performing. I don't want to buy you. I'm not going to buy you. But I got the best groupings with this bow. I'm so surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised too. I got my best grip in that bow when I was testing it. It definitely functions, and we're trying to be open-minded about this. You can't just judge a bow, it's survival, it's going to be crap bow. Clearly, none of these bows were crap bows.
No, none of them are crap. Not at all. They're built well. Some not as good as others, of course.
And of course, there's a price difference.
There's a price difference.
But there is a big point about what you pay for.
Yeah.
So we've covered a few things. Before we get to our rating from Chris, we've covered a few things. One was price. We talked about prices. So we've covered $100 bows, $500 bows, $1,000 bows. What are your impressions? Obviously, you came in thinking about spending the least that you needed to, but now you've tried the range of bows. Have your thoughts changed?
Definitely have changed. I no longer want to spend, $160, $170 on a bow. I'd rather put in at least $200 extra or more, just to get a better quality bow, something more satisfying to shoot, something you're going to enjoy. And you are making an investment, don't get me wrong. You don't want to skimp out on an investment. Make it worthwhile and get something you want and that you know is going to last in the long run.
And in the end, you get what you pay for. I mean, you obviously really enjoyed the bear takedown, as do I. Couldn't stop shooting it, really.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, taking away from him, it's kind of like, oh, I'll shoot this bow. No, this is I'll keep shooting this bow.
I'll keep shooting this, yeah.
At the same time though, like when we went down to, like, we actually went through a weird order. So we went through like cheap bow, middle, bear takedown, and then we went back to a $200 bow, a longbow. And at the same time, like, we didn't shoot any worse.
No.
Yep. The groupings were just as fine across the board. Feeling was still comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
There was a price difference. There was definitely a difference.
Yeah.
But it didn't dictate the quality of the shooting.
No. It's like as you say, it's the shooter.
Absolutely.
Not the bow.
Yes. Except for the Atmos, maybe that was kind of like somehow we kept on like in the middle. So that's probably
That's
like
weird.
engineered to shoot precision.
Yeah.
So, but in the end, like how much you spend will affect a lot of things, like the feeling and satisfaction, the smoothness, the weight and the balance. But you can still shoot all these bows just as well. So that we can prove.
Yeah.
Now the second thing we talked about too was draw weight. We shot light bows, the 25-pound Polaris. We shot the 30, 35-pound bows as well as the 45-pound recurves. How did you feel going from light to heavy to light?
Obviously light was quite easy. I could control my form a lot better. As we went up, I felt like it was more of a challenge, but it felt like I could improve myself on that draw weight, which was comfortable. The 30 and 35 were quite comfortable for me. I felt like that was heavy enough for me to improve on. But once we hit 40, 45, like I couldn't keep my form.
It felt great though.
Oh yeah. Release, like
that's
man,
that was really nice.
The way it smacks that target.
The right vibrations going through you. So I'm like, whoa, that was really nice. Especially the bear takedown, wasn't it? That's right. Yeah, that was like, whoa. Nice. So you would just say that the 35-ish range was a sweet spot for you?
35 was definitely the sweet spot for me. Yeah.
Yeah, we probably recommend for first-time buyers. Don't go over 30, 35 pounds.
Yeah.
Lower is normally better, especially when you're learning. And we probably teach people light bows. It's really easy to control this. It's almost too light. Yeah, which is kind of like when we shoot heavier bows. It feels too light, but it's so easy to learn this kind of bow. 30, you can still balance out that technique and that weight and satisfaction. But once you start getting heavy, you probably tell, but too much too soon, probably want to dial down a bit, start in the 30s and kind of upgrade to 40-pound plus limbs later on.
Just limbs, right?
Yeah.
It's really all, if you're getting a recurve, a takedown recurve, it's just the limbs.
So easy to take down recurves.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
So it comes down to our final evaluation.
Yes.
So Chris, as a novice shooter of about a month effectively of background experience,
that's it.
What do you think? So let's go from your least favourite to your most favourite.
Okay. The Mandarin duck.
Frontier.
Least favourite.
And this is ironic because this is the one you wanted the most.
This is the one I wanted the most.
Yeah.
That's my least favourite.
And by the way, so these aren't bad bows by any means.
No.
Yeah, this is what we like the least, what Chris liked the least. So
my personal preference.
So what you're looking for the most is actually your least favourite.
Least favourite.
Okay.
Yes.
Going up.
The Polaris definitely was a good shooter. Like I said, it was just a bit too light for me and it felt just a tiny bit cheap. Then we're going on to the Southwest.
So this is the Spyder?
The Spyder. Very good. I think that'd be the middle ground.
Looks nice too.
Looks nice too, yeah, definitely. It's very, very attractive to the eye. And then we're going to the Stingray. The Stingray, I believe, is just, it's that point in between good, cheaper bows to intermediate bows. I feel like that's a good starter. Like someone that actually wants to get into archery, wants to improve their aim, their skill, you know, I think this would be really good for them. After that, I'd say I'd go for, unfortunately, the Atmos, because I really, really, really dislike the look of it. Like, I don't care if I'm hitting X's non-stop. It's not something I'd buy just because of the looks.
Yeah, obviously it's designed for a different market. It's the
yeah,
survival,
exactly.
prepper, bug out, outdoor market, so it has a practical purpose to it.
If I needed a bug out bow, like literally, if I needed a bug out bow, I'd get something like this. Because I'd be able to shoot whatever I want, and I know I'd hit it.
Clearly we did, whether we wanted to or not, we just we're doing really well with it. So, obviously understandable, not everyone wants an outdoor survival bow, so that might be a low priority for some people. After the Atmos, what's next?
The horn. It was a cheaper bow, I understand that, but I really felt like I was getting good groupings from them. I felt like I could control it a lot better. I felt a lot more confident using this bow. Surprisingly enough, you know, over the more expensive bows, it was better for me. And that's why we're talking about try before you buy it. You don't know what you want, you know, until you try it.
Surprising, as I said before, like the whole idea of the longbow being carbon and modern, and you know, like it's easy to judge this and go, I don't want it, but having shot it, it's surprisingly good.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of longbows, our next one up is?
Not expensive. Definitely not expensive. Not the best bow. But I love the way it feels. I love the way the arrow releases off this bow. It feels so natural to me. It's probably it's third on my list.
Okay, I think the last two should be fairly obvious now. Number two? The horn, yeah.
The horn.
The other one.
Sorry, the other horn.
The bigger horn.
The bigger horn.
Now this surprised me. I thought you were going to like this, because you came in, it was like, I want traditional, I want to shoot longbows and wood and primitive, and that's your second favourite bow.
That's my second favourite bow. It's modern, it's light, it's balanced, it's everything I wasn't expecting to get, or what I wanted at the start. But man, does it...
It shoots.
It's a good shot, you know. It's so, everything's so precise. It feels like such a good quality, well-made bow.
Yeah, it's like a sports car, isn't it?
Yeah, it is like a sports car. Like when I think about Olympic shooting, I think about this, and this is what I didn't want. I didn't want an Olympic shooting bow.
But having shot it yourself,
shot it, it's like, oh wow, I now want one.
Yeah, it's again like all those things like weight and design and. Yeah, people. Not everyone wants to shoot Olympic style. That's a very fair statement. People want to shoot traditional styles, what archery is to them. But as I said before, they don't look down on a modern bow because it's shiny and modern. And obviously, you enjoyed it a lot more than I thought you would.
Yeah, definitely. I'm an outdoors guy. I love going out. I love going camping. This is what I think when I go. You know, and for me to just turn around and say, "Well, I like this better," it just shows you, right?
And well, that leads us to our number one.
How can you go wrong with the Rolls Royce of Recurves? This is my favourite, and pretty sure it's yours.
Yeah, by far. People ask what my favourite bow is. I mean, I like all these bows.
Yeah.
Personally, I like the Stingray because it's a nice in between, but luxury.
Luxury, yeah.
Absolute luxury. Now, next question is, what would you buy?
What would I buy?
Yeah, now you have your favourites. Which one? You came in here today. Try different bows that you might want to buy. Now that we've done the testing, which one would you be most likely to buy?
The ones I'm seriously considering buying with my budget and what I've experienced today, I believe the third one, or my last preference, will be the Stingray. After the Stingray, I believe I'm going for the horn. I believe they're both horns, but I'm quite liking the larger grip. What's the correct one?
The riser.
The riser. Yeah. See, I'm still learning. And after the horn, I want to start off with something like this. I'm probably going to buy this and the horn at the same time because I wanted something traditional but I'm really enjoying them.
That's really interesting. So like, we came wanted to buy one bow, which is the frontier of all things, and now after seeing all this, you know, like obviously a first bow choice for you, good budget bow to learn from, pretty fun to use. I know for myself personally. I'm surprised you chose the horn. It's a completely modern recurve bow. Yeah. But clearly you can fit different bows for different purposes.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have your fun bow, you have more serious bow which you can learn to shoot from.
Yeah, that's how I see my type of archery. You know, the type of archer I believe that I'm going to be is a mixed bag. You know, I'm going to make sure I do practice to improve my shots. You know, but at the same time, when I'm with friends or when I go camping, I want to have fun. I even come to the range and just have some fun shooting.
That's true.
It doesn't always have to be serious.
Yeah, it's true. You know, like even I find Olympic archery is too serious. I don't do it that often because it's just intensity and scoring and equipment and tuning. I take these bows out and shoot them all the time too because this is my fun bow. But speaking of fun bows, I know when we were testing this, you had a lot of positive comments about the fair takedown. Where does this sit in your archery goals?
Well, look, I really want to improve my skills a lot more. I want to become a very confident archer before I decide to invest into something like this, because I want to make sure I can care for it, maintain it, you know, and I'm going to get practice with these, you know, so when it does come for me to buy this, which I believe hopefully in 6 months to a year's time, I will have this and I'll be ready for it.
So, well, Chris, thanks a lot for your opinion. It's been a very unique opportunity for me and for you to come in, test out a third of my collection. Again, so many different kinds. Like I said before, Chris came in thinking he wants to buy a Polaris and started from that on Frontier. But we've learned today, you know, that for me, you know, it's so important to show people, get people to try the bows out before they buy it. Chris, what have you learned today?
Yeah, try before you buy. Definitely. And if you can contact someone, NUSensei, just give him a quick message if you're really not too sure.
If you're someone new, me at least, you know. Otherwise, ask people who know. You know, ask people who have bows, who've shot them. Clubs are great places to go to because you've got every kind of bow that you can try. And people are very happy to, let you use their bows. People, we want you to shoot our bows. A bit too keen sometimes to give you the most expensive bows and all that, but we're very keen because, obviously we love our archery. We want people to have the best start in archery. We don't see people buying things they dislike and they struggle with. And if you have the chance, as we said, to get it in your hands, shoot with it, you'll come up with much more informed and clearer understanding of what bow you want.
That's right.
So again, Chris, thanks for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you,
sharing all my bows with you, and hopefully we'll see you again shooting with the bow of your dreams.
I'll be back.
Soon enough. So Chris, thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.
And all the best in your archery.
You too, mate. Thank you.